Reports surfacing about what Max Allegri is going to do with Cambiaso. Zakaria has a deal struck between Juve and Monaco. We're waiting for his yes. Who's next in line to be sold? And Juve's captaincy hierarchy list has been laid out by Max Allegri. All that and much more. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. I'm Alberto. Let's rock. We're going to kick things off with Franck Kessie, who has been one of Juve's targets. Okay, they've been looking to bring him in with Barcelona. There were reports that Barcelona and Juventus were very close on agreeing terms. They just needed to convince Franck Kessie to come back to Serie A. Well, Franck Kessie has made a decision, but it is going to be heading to Saudi Arabia. Al Ahly has picked him up for 15 million euros going to Barca. They have a contract ready for Kessie to 2026, and he's going to be making 18 million euros a year. All right, so there you go. There's another one off our target list heading away. All right, as far as Wojciech Szczesny goes, there's been a ton of rumors swirling around and everything. Yesterday we talked about Donnarumma, and what did I say? Despite all these rumors, it's always going to come down to Wojciech Szczesny and what he decides. Well, Wojciech Szczesny finally spoke out and he said, look, I am staying at Juventus and I know Juventus wants me to stay as well. And when it comes to the replacements, we knew it was kind of going to be Carnesecchi or Adero is what we were hearing, and Donnarumma just didn't seem reasonable to me because of the funds that it would take to make that operation work. So one other thing that slipped under the radar is in our last friendly against Real Madrid, Perin was unable to get minutes because he's got a shoulder injury and he's trying to deal with that. So when you look at the replacements and whatnot, this is a good thing that Szczesny is sticking around. Let Perin heal up and whatnot. And like I said, this is a great luxury for Juventus to have Szczesny and Perin there. Okay, we still have a lot of time to pick up a keeper next season and even groom him up and get him ready to go. Okay, so Szczesny not going anywhere. Juve and Genoa set to close the deal for Coni de Winter, and the latest report from Romeo Agresti suggests that Juve is open to a loan with obligation to purchase. All right, so not only is Coni de Winter's future looking away from Juventus, but even in an outright sale. Okay, so Coni de Winter looking ahead to Genoa. That could be closed very soon. Facundo Gonzalez, the deal that Juventus went in seemingly out of nowhere and picked up, he has touched down in Italy today. He is undergoing his medical still. All the early signs point to him heading out immediately on a loan to Salernitana, but obviously we'll keep tabs on that and see if anything changes. Monaco and Juventus have reached a deal for Zakaria. It is a 20 million outright purchase, okay? All that we're waiting for is Zakaria to say yes. Apparently Monaco has a 4-year contract waiting for him, and yeah, this is great. When all you're hearing is loan with options and whatnot on guys that are just simply not part of the project, it is great to hear that you've struck a deal on an outright purchase. Again, though, we need Zakaria to say yes, but there's positive signs because the coach has experience with Zakaria previously and really likes the player. So hopefully we can see this one through and finalized in what would be a good piece of business for Juventus as they continue to work with the sales. And again, we talked about Coni de Winter being close. Now Zakaria extremely close. Next up are some more young guys and finding solutions, okay? Hassa, Nicolosi Caviglia, Sule, Miretti, all on deck looking to find what the next play is. All right, a kid like Hassa, I'm going to say that's just going to be a loan. Miretti, probably just a loan. I don't see any Juventus wanting to lose him as their property or whatnot. If a sale goes down, probably a buyback clause inserted. As far as Sule, I could see him leaving outright. And Nicolosi Caviglia is, again, when I talk about Miretti and Nicolosi Caviglia, Paul Pogba, just way too many uncertainties. Take it easy on making any decisions at midfielders too quickly. But Nicolosi Caviglia, I'm not so sure that what Juventus wants to do there, and if they want to lose him as their property, I don't think they do. So probably just loans for Miretti and Nicolosi Caviglia. But again, we have to see what develops. Cambiaso, the latest reports coming from Sky Sports suggest that Max Allegri has been impressed with the player and he should be sticking around for the 23-24 season. And what we're probably going to get is Kostic and Ealing Jr. working as your left wing backs. Cambiaso with the ability to play behind Weah as right wing back, but also being able to fill in and cover at the left wing back role as well. And then, of course, we have Lord DeCilio himself, who once returns from injury can also play both sides. This is what Sky Sports is reporting and what Juventus is looking at going into the 23-24 season with at those slots. But Cambiaso, according to them, has impressed Max Allegri and should be remaining with the team. Now, Max Allegri, in keeping with him, he has unveiled the captaincy hierarchy for the 23-24 season, and it is as follows. Danilo, obviously our captain. Next in line, Alexandro, and then Adrian, Rabiot, and Max Allegri spoke and praised Rabiot, saying that he deserves to move up in the hierarchy list at Juventus. Some fans put much more weight on the captaincy and the armband and everything than others, and some are a little bit flustered at this list or whatnot. But I think the one thing, regardless of where you stand on the armband and who's wearing it and whatnot, or how they decide it, the one thing for sure is, I think when you look at this Juve side, is there is definitely a lack of leadership. There are players who can become leaders in the future and whatnot, but as far as right now ready to lead this club, this really shows me that outside of Danilo, I think there is a lack in leadership, all right? And some can make the call for Wojciech Szczesny and whatnot, and then we have guys like Locatelli and whatnot that some could see with the armband, but I think that's more coming up and in the future, whatnot. But as far as right now goes, in terms of leadership, I think it's very low and lacking, and this shows it. But that wraps up your news update, and you guys know the drill. Let me know your thoughts on it and where you stand on all the news that we've heard today. Okay, I can't wait to mix it up with you in the comments section. Don't forget to drop a like. It always helps the channel. And we will talk tomorrow on the next daily update video. And I'm looking to do a live this weekend, but it's going to be just after the weekend, because I'm playing in my own personal tournament all weekend. So it'll be Monday morning. Look for a live session Monday morning, all right? And again, till tomorrow, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juve, ciao tutti.